Trading one pair is probably one of the worst things you can do, and it held me back for years because I would only trade GBP USD and I would lose, but the exact same setup in euro dollar would work every single time. And it was the most frustrating thing in the world. I'd have the bias right, my entry was right, but I would still lose. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't trade just one pair only. And if you stick to the end, I'm going to give you a bonus tip, which I normally give to my private students, on how to pick the best setups and the best pairs to be in every single day. Okay, so why shouldn't you trade one pair? And this is the reason why. Not every day will the currency that you trade always be the most bullish pair or the most bearish pair. Now, what does that actually mean, right? Let's say you want to go long and you want to go long in gold. What you want to see is you want to be in a strong, you want to see strong price action, right? You want to see price that massively, aggressively moves up in one direction, you know, slowly retraces, barely touches your entry, and then shoots off straight to your take profit. That is what you want to see when you're bullish. And it's the exact same thing you want to see in reverse when you're bearish. You want strong, clean moves. That's what you want for profitability and consistency. So here we are on gold, right? Here we are on gold, and it doesn't matter. This works on all markets, but let's just suppose you were like me and you were a London trader, right? So you're trading London session, and let's just say, for, you know, simplicity's sake, your entry is the order block. It's the last down close candle before the up move, right? Let's just suppose this is your entry here on the order block. So what your entry looks like is this. You enter here, you put your stop loss at this low, and then you zoom out and you'll take profit. Let's just say you target the old high, right? So you've got a 4-to-1 here. Or, you know, if you want to, you can target all the way up here or here. It doesn't really matter, right? But let's just suppose this is your entry on gold. And of course, today you're very, very happy, right? Easy trade, easy bread and butter setup. But let's just suppose that you only traded silver. And for me, I only traded GBP USD. And I'm sure you guys watch those videos where it'd be someone saying, oh, you know, I only trade euro dollar and I make, you know, $1 million a month and all that stuff. And I would only trade GBP USD. I would have my analysis right. And this is what would happen to me, right? This is the exact same price action as we have on gold. This is the exact same time, the exact same session, the exact same everything. And look how beautiful gold is, right? Look how beautiful this trade is. Price quickly, aggressively moves off, comes down, literally pokes your entry, taps the order block, shoots straight off the take profit. Let's look at silver. Look at how disgusting this is, right? Price comes up, right? Chops a bit, it comes down, takes out your stop loss here, almost like a liquidity sweep, and then goes straight to your take profit. And this would happen to me all the time, and it was so annoying, right? And just imagine this is GBP USD and this is euro dollar, right? And I'd only trade GBP USD, price would hit my stop loss, go straight to my take profit, and it was so annoying even when I would wait for a liquidity sweep, right? So I would still wait for a stop run and enter, and I would still lose. And even when I'd get in my trades, and you might have this, right? You might have this, let's say you're bullish and you get into your trade on, let's say, a fair value gap, and then price just chops for ages, right? It chops for ages. Whereas with other currencies, let's say like gold, for example, any other currency, you look at their price action and price just shoots off. And then you're always asking yourself, like, why is this happening? Why am I always in a trade that's always choppy, or, you know, it hits my stop loss, or it doesn't go to take profit, it just consolidates for ages? Why is that happening? So I'm going to explain to you why that actually happens, but I hope it's clear that you shouldn't just trade one pair, right? Because if you trade one pair, you're going to force trades in a bad currency. Right, and what does that actually mean? So we're going to get onto the higher time frame. I'm going to show you what that actually means, and I'm going to give you, honestly, the thing that made me profitable, right? Liquidity sweeps really helped me in terms of entry, but it was this right here that allowed me to be in the best setups every single day. Okay, so what's actually going on here, right? Why am I telling you not to trade one pair? And why is the setup on gold working, but the setup, you know, the exact same setup on silver? Why is it losing? And I've well, I've not discovered this, but this is a cheap and easy, really easy way of discovering the best pairs and the worst pairs on the day. And what you're going to do is you're just going to get the weekly chart, and we're just going to look at which currency is the strongest and which one's the weakest, right? So here we are on gold, here we are on the weekly chart, right? And just study this price action, right? Pretty obvious. This is, you know, such a strong, aggressive trend, barely any retracements, tiny little retracements, strong, aggressive move. Whereas if we look at silver, look at this, right? Look at how choppy this price action is here, right? Look at how choppy this price action is here. This right here is low probability. It's nowhere near as bullish as a gold, right? So if we just clean these charts up, it's nowhere near as bullish as gold is, right? Nowhere near as bullish as gold. And if you also look at this high, it's important. This high right here, Monday the 21st, around here, this exact same high here has been taken out, right? And then you might hear this be called divergence, SMT, a load of stuff. The terminology is not important, right? The logic is by far the most important thing. But the fact that price was so weak, because this is what this really means, the fact that price was so weak here, could not take out this high here, right? The fact that price could not take out this high here tells us that it's a lot more bearish relative to gold, right? The key term there is relative. What does that really mean? It means that overall, right, we zoom out and we just clean these charts. Overall, gold still is bullish, right? It still is bullish overall, but gold is by far the strongest. So what does this really mean for us as traders? It means, and this is the golden nugget here, so make sure you write this down, you only look for longs in gold. That's what it means. It means you only look for longs in gold. You do not want to be trading the worst pair, right? And this is what I was doing with GBP USD, right? And replace, you can replace silver here with GBP USD, replace gold with euro dollar. And this is what was happening to me, right? I was in a choppy pair that was not good. It was not strong. Euro dollar was by far the strongest, and I was looking for longs in the worst pair. And if you look for longs in a pair like this, what's going to happen is two scenarios, right? Either what happened in the example I showed you, where price, even if you wait for a liquidity sweep, let's just say you waited for a liquidity sweep here, price will still take out your stop loss and then go to your take profit, right? Or what always happens, what used to happen to me all the time, is let's say you've got your liquidity sweep, so you've got your little stop run, you think you're safe, you enter your trade, and then price just does this. For ages, for hours and hours and hours, and you're on the 1 minute chart and you're thinking, do I actually have to close this down due to time? Like, do you know what I mean? You just get chopped up to pieces. And then the reason why is because you are in the worst pair, right? So this is why I tell people, don't just trade one currency only. Because if you're in a pair, if your pair does this, like GBP USD did to me, you're fucked, right? You're fucked. I blew all my prop firm challenges, right? I lost it all. And I was profitable for a bit, right? I was profitable when GBP USD was in a strong bullish trend, but the moment it started consolidating, I lost. I know so many traders are in that scenario where they master gold, let's say. And obviously, like, who's not making money in gold? Do you know what I mean? Like, look at it, right? Look at this, it's bullish. But once gold starts to do something like this, starts to reverse and starts consolidating, lots of people who specialize in gold they're gonna lose a lot of money, right? And they're gonna realize, oh, actually, maybe I'm not as profitable as I think I was. But this right here, if you know this, is a quick and easy way determining which is the strongest and which is the weakest. But what that also means is, let's imagine there was a bear market for gold, it started dropping like this. What that would mean for silver, we just clear these charts, it means silver would be really aggressive, right? Because remember, silver is a lot more bearish compared to gold. So if, let's say gold was bearish, silver would be a lot more bearish, which means you would only look for shorts, right? So to make that more clearer, you would only look for shorts, right? You would only look for shorts in silver, and you'd only look for longs in gold. Now we're in an overall bull market for both, so you only really want to look for longs in gold. But let's suppose we started to reverse, right? Gold would be very choppy on the way down, right? Because it's very bullish. Silver is very bearish, very, very bearish already in a bull market. So, if there was to be a reversal in gold, silver would drop like a brick, and it would take out probably these lows and probably even these lows here very quickly, very fast. And you want to be in that sort of trade, right? It's almost like gold, how bullish gold is. Silver will be that bearish. And we can do the exact same thing. I'll show you the exact same thing on euro dollar and GBP USD, right? We can just look at the two pairs and just compare which one's the strongest and which one's the weakest, right? Right, so here we are on euro dollar, and you can do the exact same thing. And this is what made me profitable, right? It's what made me profitable, and realized actually I was in the worst currency. So look at this low here, right? I'm going to mark out this low for you. Look at this low here, right? And let's look at GBP USD. And you can see I've already marked it out, right? This is the exact same low. Look at that. So GBP USD comes down, refuses to take out the low, refuses to take it out, and then shoots up. Euro dollar, on the other hand, comes all the way down, clearly takes out the low, goes deep and aggressively through it, and then starts to retrace. This implies that the euro dollar is a lot weaker compared to GBP USD. Right? So important that you understand that. And, I'm not going to give you a lecture, because that's what I do for my privacy. I'm not going to go way too deep into this. All you need to know is this, right? And this will make you all the money in the world. Only look for shorts in EU. So euro dollar, only look for shorts, right? And GBP USD, only look for longs. If you just do that, I guarantee you, your win rate will, I'm not going to say double, but it will increase massively instantly, right? And the reason we're only looking for longs, only look for longs, that should be, not just, not only look for GBP USD, only look for longs. The reason why that is because price refused to take out this low, which implies that GBP USD is so bullish that it couldn't even take out this low, whereas euro dollar is so weak that not only does it take out the low, look at how aggressively down we go, right? Look at, we go all the way into this fair value gap, and even this order block here, right? So we go deep down, and I don't look at market structure. Some people do. If you look at market structure, here's your market structure shift below this low. I don't look at market structure, but you know, some people do, right? I mean, look at how much more bearish this is compared to GBP USD, right? And what was happening to me is, I think I was trying to go long in here, right? When it was a lot more bearish compared to euro dollar, which was a lot more bullish, right? So I was in almost the opposite. I was looking for, you know, longs in a very weak currency, right? I was looking for longs in a very weak currency, and I was losing. The reality is, I should have only been looking for longs in the strongest currency. So in this case, and you know, I'm recording this in April, right, 2025. So this is what's really good. This is why I tell my students as well, right? This is what's really important. This is the weekly chart. This doesn't change every few days, right? This is the bias for the next few months, right? At least the next month or two. So if you're watching this relatively recently or relatively soon, this analysis will apply. And you go look for your charts, and you'll see the strongest longs are in GBP USD, and the strongest shorts are in euro dollar. Right, all because of this on the weekly chart. And this is what I do, right? This is what I do all the time. I just look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart is so easy. All you got to do is literally just look at which high or low, which high or low is intact, right? So euro dollar is the weakest. You only look for shorts. GBP USD is the most bullish. Only look for longs. Now, what happens if we don't do this, right? Because this is what happened to me. Whereas, let's just suppose let's get back on euro dollar actually. Let's imagine this was GBP USD, right? GBP USD was very weak. The price action was very weak, but I was looking for longs. So what would happen? What's going to happen if you look for longs in euro dollar is either this is going to happen, right? Let's just imagine you wait for a liquidity sweep. Price will sweep you out and maybe go to your take profit. Or worst case scenario is it's just going to consolidate, right? So let's say you enter on, like, I don't know, an order block here. It's going to slowly come up, barely hit your take profit. You're in there for ages, whereas the exact same setup on GBP USD, nice, clean, easy in and out, just like it was for gold, right? And you can get, you know, I'm not an advocate for crazy risk reward ratios, but you know, in a strong currency, you can get whatever risk reward ratio that you usually look for. But yeah, trading one pair held me back for literally years, right? I was forcing trades in a bad currency. I did the exact same thing, by the way, for NASDAQ. So not only did I do it in GBP USD, I thought, oh, you know what, maybe I'm bad at Forex. I'd go into NASDAQ, I'd only look for longs, and NASDAQ was the weakest out of the S&P. And I'd always lose on NASDAQ, but I'd always win in the S&P 500. Yeah, you know what, I've lost for a lot of years. So make sure you learn from my pain. Doing this and only looking for longs in GBP USD, only looking for shorts in euro dollar will increase your win rate massively. It will save you so much pain, and it will make you profitable so much more faster. But if you really want to be profitable super quickly, make sure you go watch this full, completely free 2-hour trading course where I break down everything you need to know: setups, sessions, daily bias, weekly bias, and more importantly, psychology. So I'll go see you in that video on screen now.